Welcome to Finding a Tie, a granted movement designed to bridge the gap between adolescent girls, mothers, and the protective wisdom of older sisters. In a hyper-connected Phygitalverse, our young girls are navigating massive emotional storms, filtered beauty standards, and digital footprints. Often in complete silence, our mission is to break that silence and build a future of courageous honesty. To help us map out this vital safety net today, we are joined by an absolute powerhouse. She is a fearless speaker, an incredibly emphatic mentor, and a seasoned voice in the digital space, which hosts both the Authentic Ask podcast and the Ukio to publishing platform. Please welcome our Thai for today's session, Sankalita Roy. How are you?
Hi, I'm doing good. What about you?
I am also doing fine. Thank you so much. Sankalita, it is an absolute honor to have you with us on our platform. Your lived experiences and deep empathy are the exact gold command guidance our community needs. Let's jump straight into our questions. Sankalita, tell us, why does the emotional brain so frequently override logic during adolescence, and from your personal experience, how can a Thai step in to safely ground a young girl during these intense internal storms?
Practice, first of all, see, when I was growing up and I was a child, so my mother taught me to be honest, kind, and compassionate towards others.
Yeah.
And I feel like being honest is something that will reward me with being a good girl, and that has rewarded me by far. But
Yeah.
as I became a teenager, the world is filled with attraction, curiosity, excitement everywhere I go.
Yeah.
The world is not as I thought as it was like a child.
Yeah.
So you cannot be honest all the time. You cannot be compassionate all the time. So imagine a person, if girl slaps you once, it's okay. Two
Mm.
times, it's okay. Three times, it's an intentional choice. So
Yeah.
what will you do? You have to speak up for yourself first. If you don't say, hey, this is wrong, you shouldn't be doing this. If I don't raise my voice, so how will it happen? Because I cannot be emotional like she's my best friend. I cannot say anything to her. No, have to say to her, because that is like, if you don't say to her, she will continue disrespecting you. So you have to learn how to separate emotion from logic, and then you have to open up, because being a good girl, the girl sitting next to me can't hear me properly. So that's not a very good example that you are setting for others. So that's how I think that the teenagers have to decide between emotion and logic, when what is right and how to do it. And having a tie is very important,
Yeah.
because in my 27 years of growing up, I faced many problems in life, many failures in life, because there was no one to guide me as a boss. So I feel that having a tie or a mentor who has experienced several plethora of experiences, to be honest with you, and through their experiences they can help others of what they are under.
Beautifully said. A Thai is that perfect anchor for those emotional storms. Let's now look at boundaries. Our next question is about the privacy honesty paradox. In your view, at what exact point does a teenager's growing need for privacy cross the line and become a dangerous barrier to their safety? How do we build a bridge of communication based on honesty rather than secrecy?
Privacy is important at every age of life. So when as a teenager you are entering or experiencing a bit of real world also, so you cannot be honest all the time. And at the same time you cannot keep on hiding everything to yourself. For example, if you are drinking milk because your mother said you have it, it's good for your health. But somehow you are having like some health issues, for say lactose intolerance, or you don't like the taste of it. So you have to tell her
Correct.
honestly, and that is important.
Hmm.
Suppose your friend is sharing a very personal secret with
Hmm.
that doesn't mean that the friend has shared you, so you have to go and tell your mother, because your mother taught you that yes, I are my best friend and you have to be honest about everything. No, you have to respect your friend secret as your own. But here is the point. Like if your friend is involved in a very risky behavior, and sometimes it is cross the boundaries. Like say for example, it will harm her. Then you can go to your mother and tell her, like, mother, this is the problem she is facing. What shall I do about it? And as a mother, also, they should respect the privacy of her child and the friends as well, so that the safety is intact. So, this is what I can say. And for teenagers, the world may criticize you, world may judge you. That doesn't mean you have to keep everything you do. Open up, make mistakes, and sooner or later you will find which are the things you should keep private and which are the things you should never open and to whom you should never open.
So I love that distinction. It's about filters, not walls. Moving to the next question,
Yes.
let's talk about choosing honesty over compliance. How can we actively encourage young girls to have the sheer courage to be honest when they make a mistake, rather than defaulting to safe lies out of fear of non compliance?
First of all, see, it's an adult's responsibility. So here, something an adult has to make sure that the child is safe. So they have to create an environment for the child so that they realize that mistakes are stepping stones. They are not something for which they should be criticized. Yes, there will be some mistake for which the adults will be shouting, "Oh, you have done this, you have done that, you have gone through heaven and hells and stuff like that." But we also have to remember that without making mistakes, you won't learn anything. And if you keep on saying like, "This is the right path, this is the right path," say, score good marks, you have to study well. So while studying well, if we don't make mistakes, if we don't, in the process also, if we don't fail, we don't score poor marks, or we fail to understand certain topics, it's okay. We have to just say it's okay, because if the child wouldn't have made those mistakes, they wouldn't have been determined to score better next time. And it's a part of parcel of growing up. So it's a fact. And in my English language classes also, when I was like a student at a very reputed institute, so every day we used to have an extempore, we used to have conversation in English, and we used to make a lot of mistakes. But our teacher was very polite enough to say, "These are you have done this points, and these are very good. These are something you have to work on, and this in this way you can do it." So it's like a sandwich method they have used to politely express what is wrong, and then create a safe environment for us to know what is right, what is wrong, and then move on.
Exactly. Mistakes are just stepping stones to finding out who we are. This brings us to our next question about breaking the taboo. Whether it is menstrual health or deeply personal mental struggles, how can a mentor instill the unshakable confidence a girl needs to finally speak up about the unspoken?
In our society, like especially like till day adult also, when am an adult now and I have many experiences talking about depression, anxiety, menstrual health, everything is considered a taboo somehow or the other. So initially, I used to keep everything to myself, and that has resulted in very self-destructive behavior, including suicide. And a certain after a certain point of time, I got tired, and I just started to open up to my friends, like, I'm going through this depression, I am having anxiety about it. Some judged me, some criticized me, and some resonated with me. I have also went through this experience, this has happened with me. So at that point of time, I understood that I'm not the one facing this problem. There are people around me facing similar kind of problem. Some have less, some have, but it is like meeting people with your own wave. And how to meet with the people of your own wavelength? It has to be started with mistakes. First of all, you open up. You, as you open up, there will be hundreds of people telling hundreds of things. And as you do, you will have the not walls around you, but the filters, whom to allow and whom to discard. Just like a tea, when you are staining tea from the boiling pot, that's kind of.
Correct.
So that is very important. And whether you are feeling angry, whether you're screaming, you are throwing things, these are all human part of who we are. There is nothing wrong with it.
Correct.
And even if someone says that you are mad, why are you doing this? We should take you to the psychologist. Please go take to us a psychologist. There is nothing wrong in it. Because
Correct.
if we are suffering, why we are suffering? What is the reason behind it? We have to know that first.
Mm.
And if required, if something happens very serious, please take mental health support. Visit a psychiatrist, counselor, or a therapist, whichever suits you, whichever needs you have, so that you can live well. And ultimately, that's our aim.
Creating that safe space is how we break the silence. Looking at the online world now, the next question is about the peer pressure filter. With the world living on screens, how can young girls successfully differentiate between a healthy social circle and a toxic, manipulative peer pressure in a hyper connected digital world?
It is all about knowing yourself. So sometimes, when we are around, because the people around us defines who we become in the process. So, for example, if I am around very studious people who are serious about their studies, who are really inclined to, so you will also feel that same towards life towards. But suppose you imagine you are surrounded by people who are, say, addicted to alcohol or drugs. The as the scenarios takes place, that it is very exciting. It is very exciting, like you are having drugs, alcohol, and stuff like that. It looks exciting, but you know that it's not good. Mother has taught me this is not. It leads to addiction. Addiction leads to many health issues and
Mm.
eventually death. So you have to ask yourself, are you comfortable? Like, what is right for me? So some teenagers may, out of peer pressure, they may try once or twice.
Yeah.
But here is the point. Is it right for me or not? Will it help in the long run? Whether I just say to my or I want to be what I should be, good human being. Because success anyone can achieve. But who you become in the process is more. If something feels off and if you like I should shall I do it? Shall I go? Shall I do it? Shall I no? I shouldn't do it. If these are the things, it's a no, and you should let it. And if you
Yeah.
feel like there is too much pressure of trying something like say drugs or alcohol from your friends surrounding especially,
Mm.
and even if they are behaving well with you, you are also behaving well with them. They are your best friends, they are best buddies, and you feel like oh your choice is not being respected, your no is not being respected. So please get out of it. You don't need to have a second thought about it. Even if they try your toxic friend circle try to pull you back, just ignore.
Staying authentic is the best way to attract the right circle. Shifting to self image, our next question covers nutrition and self image. In an era dominated by filtered beauty on social feeds, how do we successfully shift the conversation from looking to a certain way to fueling the female body for excellence, resilience, and strength?
Health is wealth. So during the teenage years, you get food made by your mother or by the servants of your house.
Mm.
And that's the best part of like being a young version of yourself.
Mm.
But as you grow up, especially at the age I am now, I have to do everything on my own. And at some point of time, I neglected myself so much, like because of the ongoing job uncertainty, relationship stress, how will I do my studies, and how will I strike a life balance. So I have PCOS, and that amplified my stress, depression, and anxiety at the same time. So neglecting your health is never wrong. Even if I lose my appetite, I don't feel like eat. I have to force myself to have something
Mm.
because I know if my health is well good, I will be able to focus on my studies, on my writing, on my job, on my education. If I go to a wedding, say suppose a wedding also where people are enjoying, I can also enjoy that wedding because if my health is not well, if say for example I'm feeling low or I'm vomiting, I won't be able to enjoy the happy times in my life.
Mm.
So that is when self love and self respect comes to play.
Mm.
And you don't have to look slim, but you have to feel good about yourself. And to feel good about yourself, you need to have your proper sleep, proper nutrition, the dresses you wear, the people you interact with is very important.
What a powerful shift, focusing on how we feel rather than how we look. For our final question, let's look at digital footprints and dignity. How do we practically teach adolescent girls to navigate the complex Phygitalverse without compromising their personal dignity, safety, and long term digital footprints?
So you cannot share everything you do. This is the one, this food I have for breakfast, this food I have for lunch, this is where I went, this is what I wore today, this is the dress gifted by my mama. I cannot be like that. And no girl should ever. So initially, I would say that mistakes are a part of growing up. So use online for your own, not to show people off. So I am an author. I love writing books. I love writing blogs. I love doing podcasts. So I will post anything related to this topic so that I can reach more. I can help them along. I don't want to post anything else. And even if I post a good picture of myself, there are men who will be curious about you. There are strangers who want to learn about you. There will be people who will be very interested, like, tell me what has happened, or stuff like that. They will not try to know everything up. Everything, personal detail, what is going with your mama, papa, how is family life, at what time you go to school. You don't need to open up everything to a stranger. But you, and even if sometimes you are posting something that has hit the right spots, especially with your relatives, okay, let that happen. Once you make a mistakes, you learn and you correct it. So it is all about making mistakes. It is all about you. It is how you learn. So eventually, sooner or the later, in the teenagers, it may be difficult. But as you go along the way, you understand what I should post, what I shouldn't post, and what you are comfortable in. Am I comfortable posting this photo? Am I comfortable posting this quote? Am I comfortable posting this meme? Ask yourself. If yes, go for it. If after posting you are feeling uncomfortable, so delete it.
So, Sankalita, you have given us an extraordinary insight today. Your fearless transparency and deep empathy reminded us all that breaking the taboos isn't about lecturing our girls, it is about standing by them as a trusted tie, so they never have to face the digital wilderness alone. Thank you for bringing your powerful voice and your gold command wisdom to our studio today. To the mothers, mentors, and young girls tuning in, remember, courageous honesty is a muscle and it starts by choosing to speak up. If you are an empathetic leader, an elder sister, or a woman ready to share your lived experience to strengthen this intergenerational safety net, Granted wants to feature your next journey. Connect with us, drop a comment below, and let's record your virtual mentor session. Make sure to check out the links to Sankalita's podcast, Authentic Ars and Ukyo, to publishing in the description box below. Until next time, keep breaking the silence, maintain your dignity, and we will see you on the next episode of Finding a Type.